How you doing? My name is Darnell and I'm a tent organizer at the Mission Hotel.
Mr. Boyd.
Boyd, B-O-Y-D. I got a few questions here. I want to know why don't y'all classify a taser as a firearm? And is using a taser excessive force? And what do you think about Amnesty International? I think they call using the taser torturing. So I want to know, what are y'all policy on using tasers on pregnant women, people with mental illness, and people with heart disease? Because I know a young cop cannot see a person if it's having a heart murmur. So when you use the taser, all he sees is a person that's out of control. And I want to know...
Why don't we let, before we go on, Commander Ali, could you...
Sure. When tasers were first introduced, they were, the projectiles were propelled by effectively gunpowder, and that's why the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms classified it as a firearm. That is no longer the case, and that's why they no longer classify it as a firearm.
And so, what about 50,000 volts of electricity that you shooting a person with? Have any of y'all ever got tased before?
Yes.
And how did it feel?
It's very painful.
So why would you want to do it to another human being?
Because it's better than shooting them.
I mean, but in the beginning when you was describing all these things about actually dealing with people and talking them down, de-escalating, wouldn't that be enough if you can be more patient, wait them out instead of pulling a taser?
That has been the case in every case except for one. And I volunteered to be tased because when I first came in, we experienced every weapon that we had to know what it felt like, so I volunteered short of being shot.
And I was reading that most police departments now do not want police to tase each other. Why is that? Is that because the tasers is hurting cops, or why they don't want police officers to tase each other no more?
I'm not familiar.
I think that might be just the number of officers who are being trained and the likelihood for injury. I mean, what we're talking about though is a little different. I mean, if you look at the primary purpose of these electronic control weapons is to deal with individuals who are violent in their conduct. And in many instances where they present a serious threat, not only to the officers, but to the general public. We're not talking about a person who runs a stop sign or anything of that nature, realizing that the reality is in some agencies there have been that kind of conduct, and consequently those individuals have been held accountable. So we're talking about using this weapon system against individuals who are in a state of violence, where alternative means that are available to the officers is unlikely to subdue them and reduce.
And are a danger to someone other than themselves.
Okay, what are y'all policies on using tasers on pregnant women if they are out of control, if they violent?
Our policy, I'll let the commander answer that, but we have a draft of our policies in the back. You can look at the whole thing.
Our policy is on a visually pregnant person. I mean, obviously there's some things you just can't see. You shall not use that weapon system.
We are not, an officer would not be allowed. But again, there are many conditions in the draft policy that's in the back of the room.
But in some departments in America have used tasers on pregnant women.
We're talking about this department, and our policy says absolutely not.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Boyd. Thank you.